With just a handful of games left in the season and absolutely nothing left to play for, it's fair to say the campaign is over for Rangers. The focus has completely shifted. Not to the next match, not to some last-minute miracle in the league, but to the boardroom, the balance sheets, and the blueprint for what comes next. All eyes are now on the incoming takeover involving the 49ers enterprises and Andrew Kavanagh, a move that could reshape the future of the club from top to bottom. And alongside that, there's the search for a new permanent manager and what promises to be one of the biggest squad overhauls IBROX has seen in years. Things are moving fast behind the scenes. Momentum is building. And while it might seem quiet on the pitch, the noise off it is getting louder by the day. The takeover talks are ramping up. The decisions being made right now could define Rangers not just for next season, but for the next decade. But before we dive deeper into the ownership shakeup, there's another warning sign flashing red. And it's coming from someone who knows the club inside out. Peter Löwenkrantz, a name familiar to every Ranger supporter, has spoken out with a message that can't be ignored. He doesn't want to see the club repeat the mistakes it made not long ago with Alfredo Morelos and Ryan Kent. Two players who gave their all played massive roles in some of the team's most important moments. And yet when their contracts ran out, they walked away for nothing. No fee, no reward, just gone. And that's where the alarm bells are ringing now. Löwenkrantz is urging Rangers to avoid falling into the same trap with Nicolas Raskin. The young Belgian midfielder has been nothing short of a revelation this season. He's added grit control and a bit of flair to the middle of the park, and he even made his senior debut for Belgium back in March. At just 24 years old, he's got bags of potential and plenty of time ahead of him. But that also means one thing: he's valuable. And that's exactly what the club needs to start recognizing. Löwenkrantz didn't mince his words. He made it crystal clear that Celtic, as much as it pains Rangers fans to admit, have been playing the transfer game much smarter. When their players shine, they sell them at the right moment, bank the cash, and reinvest. It's a cycle that's brought them financial stability and continued success. Rangers, on the other hand, have been too sentimental. They hold on too long. They let contracts run down. They miss the window. And then they're left empty-handed when players walk away for free. In Löwenkrantz's own words, Rangers had the chance to cash in on guys like Morelos and Kent when their value was high. But they waited, they gambled, and they lost. Now, with Raskin standing out as one of the few real assets in the squad, the club is facing a choice. Do they build the next team around him, or do they accept the reality of their financial position and sell him while his stock is high? It's not an easy question. On one hand, you've got a player who could be the heartbeat of the team for years to come. Someone you could build a midfield around, but on the other, the club needs money. Investment is coming, yes, but that doesn't mean they can afford to keep turning down offers. If the Premier League comes calling, the price tag goes up. That's just how the market works. But if it's another league showing interest, then maybe the valuation changes. Either way, Raskin is right now the most valuable player at IBROX, and Rangers can't afford to misplay this hand. And as all that brews in the background, there's the even bigger headline looming: the takeover. Parag Marathe has been working tirelessly behind the scenes as part of the 49ers enterprises plan to take full control of Rangers. While Leeds United, where Marathe is chairman, are celebrating their return to the English Premier League after winning the championship, he's also been busy at IBROX shaping what could be a transformative deal for the Glasgow Giants. Former Leeds owner Andrea Radrizzani recently opened up about the ongoing talks, revealing that he's in regular contact with Marathe. They speak multiple times a month, discussing everything from football trends to the specifics of the takeover. And just this past week, while Marathe was in Leeds, he was also juggling meetings about Rangers, looking for opportunities to help the club take that next big step forward. The plan is ambitious. The 49ers enterprises, alongside Andrew Kavanagh, are set to acquire a majority stake and inject fresh capital into the club. A recent club statement confirmed that discussions with both parties are progressing well, with the aim of aligning everyone around a shared vision for Rangers' long-term future. It's about more than just money. It's about ambition, stability, and building something sustainable. With the boardroom negotiations accelerating, the pressure is now on to sort the managerial situation as soon as the final whistle blows on the current season. There's a growing sense that everything is lining up for a new era to begin this summer. New owners, new leadership on the touchline, and likely a new squad to match. And that's where things get really interesting, because behind all the boardroom chatter and fan frustrations, there's a bigger picture forming. Rangers are standing at a crossroads. The mistakes of the past are still fresh in the memory, both on and off the pitch. But with the right moves this summer, the club has a genuine chance to reset, rebuild, and rise again. While the off-field revolution is gathering pace, the tension within the fan base has not eased, and the situation was only intensified this past weekend during the highly anticipated Old Firm clash, ahead of the 1-1 draw with Celtic the Union. Bears, a well-known Rangers supporter group, unveiled a controversial banner as the players emerged from the tunnel. The banner depicted club legend Graham Souness holding a shotgun alongside the message, "Take aim at the rebel scum." The image immediately sparked backlash and has since become the subject of a criminal investigation, with police seizing the materials involved. The club reacted swiftly. A statement was issued shortly after the match, distancing Rangers from the actions of the fan group. The message from the club was direct. The display crossed the line. It was deemed unacceptable, and the club acknowledged that its policy of placing trust in supporter groups to manage their own displays may need to be revisited. Rangers made it clear they take pride in the passion of their supporters, but also carry a responsibility to uphold the standards and reputation of the club. That trust, they say, must now be balanced with oversight and accountability. Following the incident, the Rangers Fan Advisory Board met with the club's executives to address the matter. According to a post made by the group on social media, the conversation was robust and lasted for over 90 minutes. They conveyed not only their own concerns, but those of the wider support. Minutes from the meeting are expected to be made public, soon offering transparency on how the issue was handled and what steps might be taken next. While the banner has generated plenty of headlines, it has also reignited a broader conversation about the role of ultras groups within modern football and where the line is drawn between passion and provocation. But while controversy swirls, in the stands, in the boardrooms and back rooms of IBROX, the wheels are turning fast. Perhaps the most exciting development, and one that could have a massive impact on what comes next, is Rangers' growing relationship with the Red Bull Football Empire. This partnership, still in its early stages, could prove pivotal in the search for the next manager, and the name that keeps popping up is Marco Rose. Back in March, it was revealed that Rose, who was then in charge of RB Leipzig, had emerged as a prime candidate to take over at IBROX. At the time, the idea of luring a manager of his caliber from the Bundesliga to the Scottish Premiership seemed like a fantasy. Rose has led sides like Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Leipzig, clubs with Champions League pedigree and big budgets. But now the stars might be aligning. Leipzig parted ways with Rose not long ago, and with the 49ers enterprises preparing to officially take control in June, the pieces are suddenly on the board. Sources close to the discussions believe that the Red Bull connection could be the trump card. It's no secret that Red Bull has a massive influence in modern football, with clubs spread across Europe and beyond. If Rangers can strengthen their ties to that network, and early signs suggest they are trying, it could make Glasgow a much more attractive destination, not just for players, but for top-level coaching staff as well. Marco Rose is reportedly weighing up offers from across Europe, including interest from teams in the top 5 leagues. But Rangers have something that many of those clubs do not: history, prestige, and a chance to lead a giant back to glory. The job at IBROX comes with pressure, no doubt. The expectations are sky high. Any manager who walks through those doors will be expected to deliver from the first whistle of the first game. Domestic titles, European nights, knockout stages, it's all on the table, and the scrutiny is relentless. But for a manager with Rose's experience, that might be exactly the kind of challenge he's looking for. He's not just a tactician, he's a builder. He's shown he can develop players, implement systems, and navigate high-stakes environments. And crucially, he knows how to handle the pressure that comes with leading a historic club through transition. If Rangers can present him with a compelling project backed by real investment and a clear plan, this could be more than just a long shot. Of course, he's not the only name in the frame. Another figure very much in the conversation is none other than Steven Gerrard. The man who led Rangers to that unforgettable 2021 league title is now being seriously considered for a return. Reports from Saturday the 3rd of May suggest that Gerrard is currently the frontrunner for the job. A potential comeback that has split opinion among fans and pundits alike. On one hand, Gerrard's record speaks for itself. He ended Celtic's 9-in-a-row run and brought the title back to IBROX in dominant fashion. He understands the pressure. He knows the club. And his connection with the players and fans could bring stability in a moment of change. On the other hand, some argue that his time has passed, that returning to the same well is rarely the right move. But in football, sentiment and strategy often collide. What's clear is that the decision on who takes over will define the early years of this new era. It's not just about who can get results, it's about who can set a tone, build a structure, and create a culture that lasts. Whether it's Gerrard Rose or another name yet to surface, the next manager will be handed the keys to a club that is ready to be reshaped from top to bottom. And they'll have to hit the ground running. Beyond the dugout, the new ownership could also bring big changes in other areas, including a potential shirt sponsorship deal with Red Bull. Talks are said to be underway, and while nothing is confirmed, such a partnership would bring financial muscle and global branding power that few in the Scottish game can match. But more importantly, it would signal intent. That Rangers are not just content to compete locally, but to grow internationally. It's a lot to take in. In just a few weeks, Rangers have gone from limping towards the end of a forgettable season to standing on the edge of something potentially transformational. Fans are right to be cautious. They've heard promises before, but this time the signs feel different. The investment is real, the plans are bold, and the pieces are slowly falling into place. Still, caution remains. Supporters want to see action, not just words. They want smart signings, a manager with vision, and a board that listens. They want a team that reflects the pride, the history, and the ambition of the badge. And more than anything, they want a club that stops repeating the same mistakes on the pitch, in the transfer market, and in the stands. The next few weeks are going to be crucial. Appointments will be made. Players will come and go. The direction of Rangers Football Club will be set for years to come. What's unfolding now is not just a rebuild, it's a reset. A chance to learn from the past, embrace the present, and shape a new future. And for a fan base as passionate and demanding as Rangers, nothing less than excellence will do. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Glasgow, whispers are swirling through the Scottish football community this week as speculation grows that former Rangers and Scotland striker Kenny Miller may be going through a difficult period in his personal life. Though no official statement has been made by Miller himself or his representatives, the rumor mill has been turning fast, leaving fans and pundits alike wondering what lies behind the silence. Once a talismanic figure at IBROX, Miller is no stranger to the spotlight, on and off the pitch. With a career spanning over 2 decades, including 3 spells at Rangers, stints down south, and a strong run with the national team, the former forward has long been one of the most recognizable faces in Scottish football. But recent appearances, or rather the lack thereof, have raised eyebrows. Some sources close to the ex-striker have hinted at challenges he's facing behind closed doors, though they remain tight-lipped about the specifics. Supporters, many of whom have fond memory of his goals in Old Firm derbies and European nights, have taken to social media to express their concern and extend well wishes. Kenny gave everything every time he pulled on the shirt, wrote one fan on X, formerly Twitter. Whatever he's going through, hope he gets the support he needs. Since hanging up his boots, Miller has dabbled in coaching and media work, most recently offering punditry on Scottish Premiership matches. However, even in these roles, his presence has waned of late. For a man known for his direct style and strong opinions, the quiet has been deafening. Whether there's truth to the rumors or simply a bit of exaggerated hearsay, it's clear the footballing world is keeping a close eye on one of its own. In Scotland, where footballers often feel like extended family, concern for Miller runs deeper than just curiosity. As always, time will tell, but for now, many are simply hoping Kenny finds peace and support, whatever the challenges may be. Greetings. Fans, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comment section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.